So you YouTubers, you don't care about me or my personal life. It's cool. It's fine. It's fine. Sure thing, Elizar. So once upon a time, there was a group of people who put together a staged event to kind of make fun of raiding and whatnot. And that was it. It was actually a very early machinima thing. That's it. That's the joke. Moving on. All right, so let's see what we got for quests. So I've decided we're going to do side quests first. Today's Friday, right? Yeah. Or we could do delves and dungeons. I don't know if we have a group. Leroy! Sorry, I'm kind of debatey. Because I want to show off both. Maybe we should do delves and dungeons first. That feels a little more fluid, and I think that'll fit the narrative better to do side quests second. Basically second to last. Because once we finish the delves and the dungeons and the side quests, all that will be left is the MSQ. I know it's weird, Ross, that the fake, obviously staged thing was both fake and obviously staged. I'm so sorry to break this to you. Okay, that's a little bit too cold. Take the ice pack off. Jeez Louise. So yeah, let's do Delves and Dungeons. I think it's the right call. So let's get rid of Talia. Get out of here, Talia. Get out of here. Santa's real. All right, let's grab the brig. Set those at. One spot. Who's that? Is that Kira White Mice? That is. Where am I? That's 5. That's freaking 5. Since we have 5, let's focus on dungeons first. Let's... I think. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. There's actually not that many dungeons we haven't done. There's not that many dungeons, period. So. Go work, Evo. I know you. You're like, I guess I'll come help. I suppose. I've got all this work just gazing at me, longingly, wanting me to do it. But no, I'll go and I'll tank just for you, Lord. Just because I'm not important. Yeah, Murder Row. You notice I'm leaving Murder Row right now, Spirit Star, because there's a whole quest chain for that. I kind of want to not do that. I mean, it's a great quest chain. That's not what I mean. I want to do that later. Seriously, Murder Row is so freaking good. Tell you what, Evo, you can come if you agree to heal. Picture the lightning crashing while I'm saying this. Yep, Windrunner Spire should just have the one quest, which should be like, I don't know, here's some. Oh, there it is. I'm really staring at it. So there's this restless spirit here. Hi. So much grief and so much pain. This is not actually the quest I'm looking for. No, this is it. This is right. Don't share this. Boop. So since we have Maverick, we're gonna have to manually walk in again. Where's the brig? Let's get her. Excellent, random. Ooh. Our party is so weird. Like, okay. Tauren, Troll, Evoker, Nightborn, Blood Elf. This is, you know what, everyone do me a favor. Come here. Line up on either side of me. I'm gonna take our screenshot for the VOD right here. Get on the left, your witness. My left. The other side, basically. There we go. Perfect. This is... I'm not even really joking. I got the flex. Perfect. This is kind of indicative of modern WoW right here. How many humans and orcs do you see on the screen? I'm not even jostling. It's just interesting. Let's see. Trolls have been around for a while. In fact, the Darkspear joined up properly in Warcraft 3. Nightborn have been around since Legion. Blood Elves have been around since Warcraft 3, technically, but also 2, really. Evokers sorry, Drakthir. I always say Evokers. Drakthir are very recent. Since Dragonflight. Taurens have been around since Warcraft 3. I love it. Also, yeah, this is a very interesting outfit for a high mountain Tauren. That's, terrifying is the word I want to use. I haven't even thought about an outfit for myself yet. Last I checked, they still are, which was admittedly, like, about a year ago. I love the prey helmet, by the way. Look at that thing. That is so cool looking. Look at that. I just realized I haven't reviewed this interface yet. I will at some point. Just don't rush me, okay? Yep. Let's see. I don't have an idea for me yet. Oh, no, no, there we go. Perfect. This is the lore runner right here. It's kind of... There we go. Yep. Yeah.
Farewell, friend of the Grummels.
I'll review that later. But am I the tank? I am currently a tanky. Perfect. Unless you want to tank, Kira White Nose. I don't care. And yeah, humans are still the second most popular race, because you don't have a DPS spec setup. Oh, well, then I will go deeps. In fact, if you give me a minute. Nah. I was thinking about going Devourer, but I don't want to do it at sub 90. Okay, I'm good. Let's do it. So welcome to Windrunner Spire.
My sisters were the last to visit these halls, but they threw their home and their bond away. If we can calm the spirits here, maybe they'll return.
So in case you missed that, that's Lirith.
Your general was sharp and steadfast, while the peacekeeper kept the calm. Which path will you choose?
Yeah, in case you missed that, that's their brother. I think this is the second time they have ever acknowledged that even existed in the games. And the other time was also this expansion, where they mentioned him earlier when we were doing the Eversong quests. No, I'm wrong. He was in the Irritor quests in War Within, wasn't he? Mentioned there. So we're up to 3 times now. Okay, guys. Bubble bad. Enemies taking 99% less damage. Bubble bad. There we go. Yeah, he died very young. Kira White Noise is... She's level 90. I don't know what her item level is. It's mostly 276 gear, so that probably gets that across. There you go, 271. Yeah. So, of course, it's nothing but ghosts here. Naturally. I mean, every now and again, we've been able to hit 1 million health. I remember hitting 1 million health in Wrath, actually, on a bear. I have been to San Francisco. In fact, I used to live in the Bay Area. I hope you have fun while you're visiting. Try out the chocolate. It's good stuff. We should probably pull these real quick. Of course you're doing Sand Lane, as if there's another option. Come on. Yep, that's the one, dude. That's the one. Random. I almost said Doom. Doomdom. That's your new name now. Doomdom. So the main gimmick is we can go north into Varisa's area or south into Sylvanas' area first. And both kind of have their own themes to it. Let's go north first. Let's see what's going on with Varisa. There you go, Randoom. Dude, you would crush that roll, I'm just saying. Who are you? I'm Doom! Oh, I shouldn't do it. I'm a chocobo. Just in the middle of it. Thor comes out with his axe. I hate your asshole. Oh my gosh, the mobs are still a little fat. I'm telling you, all of Midnight has a bit of a fat problem. It just does. It's not as bad as vanilla, but, you know.
Barisa was the peacekeeper of our family. She spent many days tending to the gardens here, but the wilderness has overtaken it now.
God, random. When I get back to actual rewrites, that's going to be funny whenever we slot you in as your major role for the FFs. Fast food opinion. I'm ready. Let's do it. No, Taco Bell is not diarrhea. That's ridiculous. It always has been. Come on, let's run. Yeah. We could... Oh, okay, whatever. Let's see. We can skip most of this. Let's pull everything. I've noticed that which fast food places are overseas is interesting. $2 for 10 piece, or $1.49 for a double stack. Well, you said spicy, and because you said spicy, I'm gonna go with the nuggets. In my experience, the breading that they use for the spicy nuggets is just superior to their regular breading, and is in fact what I would call the best fast food nuggets out there. So, easy choice. Hey, look, something living. Sorry, let me collect myself. It's okay. WoW spiders don't actually bother me, but God, there's so many of them. They're everywhere. Oh, wow, it's Mirror That's interesting. Yeah, I think his Mirror Star there has more gear than my main does. Well, actually, that's not true. I'm 279. Close. For whatever reason, I continue to be addicted to two things at McDonald's. Well, three, if we count the fries. The Big Macs and the thing I can't remember the name of all of a sudden. McRib, there we go. God. I'll always get a McRib every time it shows up. And then usually doctor it with stuff at home. Supposedly McDonald's has this new Caesar stuff. And I realized I don't know if I like Caesars. That is to say, Caesar's dressing. The Shamrock Shake is separate and not food. I've never tried to make my own McRib, no, but I probably should sometime. So I probably could. Probably be good. Oh no, I pulled the whole room. No. Look, I love me a good mint shake. I'm sorry. But yes, obviously, Shamrock Shakes are legit. So that brings us up to a grand total of 4 items. 2 of which are basically sides. Of course he does. Such a weird... So, random...
The sounds of my harp brought Verisa joy beyond measure. I'll need that relic.
Don't you yeah, by the way, Lirith here is a perfect example of Type 2 undead. To talk about the game and the story for just a second. He's dead. And he's, you know, an echo. Like, this is what's left of him. Yeah. So, what are the types of undead? Very good question. Warcraft itself kind of established these types of undead. And they still apply to a lot of fiction. It's just, these are the rules for Warcraft in particular. So you have Type 1. What is a Type 1 undead? Technically an undead, aka not an undead at all. If you put together a golem made of the bones of your enemies, that's an undead. That's a Type 1 undead, right? That's what necromancy was in this very setting for a huge amount of time, for most of the setting, right? Some people knew how to actually raise the undead back up, but for the most part, it was just animating bones. A lot of real life, listen to me, a lot of other fictions tend to follow Type 1 undead as well. If I could use a random example, yes, Shalomance is a good example of that. If I could use a random example, in Forgotten Realms, most of the raise undead spells don't actually raise undead. They animate a corpse. There's a difference, right? That's Type 1. Type 2. Yeah, meat puppetry, exactly. Oh yeah, Warhammer Zombies, that's another one. Also Warhammer Fantasy Vampires, from what I understand. Anyways. Type 2, fight, is this guy. So Type 2 are natural undead. They're echoes or pieces, or in some cases the whole soul of someone left over because they died badly. And they have some kind of unfinished business, so they linger around. Make sense? The classic concept of the ghost. Just like Lirith, as we're going through this very dungeon. There are, unfortunately, a lot of Type 2 undead in a setting like Warcraft. A huge amount of quests across this game have involved helping Type 2 undead to move on.
Well now, that Dragonhawk seems to have stolen my harp. She won't let you close without a fight.
Okay, let's kill the innocent Dragonhawk. Now, you're probably thinking, well, both of these sound really dumb, Laura. You're dumb, and I hate you. Well, I appreciate that, Cloven. I don't want you to try and hold back just for my sake. That leads us to Type 3 undead. Type 3 is probably what you're actually thinking of when you think of something like a Warcraft undead. It is all about... That's interesting. Oh, yeah, it's alright. Well, so Type 3 undead is a person who is risen into undead. They are a sentient, sapient being who can think, can feel, and breathe. Well, sometimes breathe. There's actually a lot of subtypes inside of Type 3, but you get the idea. If I actually am playing a Death Knight, I am playing a Type 3 undead. If I have rolled a Forsaken character, I am playing a Type 3 undead. Make sense? There's a weird little niggle there which is almost never invoked about whether or not your soul is attached or not. And that's a whole other thing I don't want to get into right now. Because in this setting, you can continue to operate without your soul. And it's something the game hasn't done enough to explore. That's how I'm going to explain that. Like, there's a lot of potential storytelling there, and they haven't really done anything with it. If you have a body that is currently moving and you still have your soul attached, are you undead? Yeah, we'll say yeah. Again, that's type 3. Type 3B, to be more specific. There is technically another type, which is a perfect undead. Perfect undead is just another form of life, really. It is, the easiest way to explain it is all the benefits and none of the detriments. Your body doesn't age, and you don't age.
She reminds me of Verisa. My sister was also ferocity itself if her family was threatened.
God, he was so young.
Come, let's find the next relic.
Yeah, death without rot, exactly. You don't have to worry about maintaining yourself or falling apart or anything. Well, I wouldn't say a lich, because liches are slightly different in this setting. There's actually extremely few type 4s. In fact, we could probably name them on one hand. And each of them was a unique construction. Yeah, liches still have most of the drawbacks.
To be Ranger General, but she gave everything to the task, including her life.
Yeah, type 4 is interesting, because we don't even have that much real information on type 4s yet, because none of the type 4s who exist have been around for more than a few years before we killed them. I think the only type 4 still... No, that's not true. There's only 2 type 4s walking around right now. Sylvanas and Kalia. I think that is the full list. All of the benefits, none of the detriments. Put very simply. It has been argued that with his mastery of undeath, the Lich King could have just made everyone a type 4 undead if he wanted to. He just didn't want to, because he was an evil dickhead. For the record, I agree with that assertion. And I say he, I'm mostly referring to type 1, the first Lich King and the second Lich King. Bolvar probably couldn't. He just didn't have the capacity.
She trained with a bow gifted by our mother. Undead fanatics have invaded to loot it and anything else that belonged to her.
So, yeah, in case you missed that, that's a fervent apothecary and an ardent cutthroat. 2 representatives, and some banshees as well, of the, shall we say, staunch Sylvanas loyalists. Yeah. Yep, we got the good old days going again. Yeah, why would there be... It makes sense that there's only a handful of loyalists at this point. How often do Lich Kings respawn? There's only ever been 3, and there will never be a 4th. You can quote me on that when we get to the last Titan and they make a 4th. Linux is... So Linux is unfeasible for me. It's just non-feasible. It's not. I play too many games and run too much software that would have too many compatibility issues. It would be a goddamned nightmare for me to run Linux. Don't let that dismiss or dissuade you, because that is a professional perspective. In fact, if I was just, on my own and didn't stream for a living, there's a decent chance I would be running Linux right now. It's a pain to get everything set up, and you're kind of reliant on other people having done a lot of the legwork for you. But the good news is there are a lot of dedicated Linux heads who have been doing a lot of the legwork for you. Would I go for SteamOS? Maybe? I mean, can I run Corel on Steam OS? Can I run Adobe Premiere on SteamOS. Yeah, can I emulate PS2 games on SteamOS? You get my point. Don't mistake me. Linux is probably a good thing to be getting into, especially now while Microsoft is doing everything in its power to make Windows 11 as worst as possible. But it's not an easy fix, I think is the word choice I want to use there. It's not like, oh man, this is so much better. No, it's work. Getting Linux going and working and doing what you need to do is work. Yeah, speaking of Type 1 undead. No, Brankman, no! I'm just gonna stay out of that. That stuff hurts way too much. That's a good question, Traxy. At least a decent amount. That I can't actually answer. All of my professional exposure to Linux is in the setup stage. And most of that was actually back at my old job. You little snot. Fine. Fine. Think I won't? You think I won't? Undead Demon Hunter? No. Can Demon Hunters become Death Knights too? No, at this point in time. Historically speaking, there would be nothing that really prevented that from happening. But it never did happen to my knowledge. That would be funny, Traxy.
Our mother's bow meant everything to Sylvanas once. I'll need it.
So yeah, a Banshee and an A-Bomb. I should read these things. The Derelict Duo. The Banshee, Callous, and her loyal Abomination Lash lead a group of fanatical followers of Sylvanas Windrunner. They've come in search of relics with any resonance of the Dark Lady, willing to do anything to obtain them. I mean, Gorefiend wasn't in anything. If you were asking about the is it better when it's run up and sorting out, I answered that. Oh, right. Do I think Death Knight Arthas was evil because of the first Lich King's malice or because of his own volition? Oh, 100% the first Lich King. No question. I'll talk about that in a second. But first, let's go fight these guys.
You desecrate her sanctum? Be gone!
So here's the interesting thing about... Here's the interesting thing about most of the undead in this setting. So, the first Lich King, and technically the Nothrasine, advanced the, shall we say, the science, the industry of undeath by leaps and bounds compared to what it was like before then. There's a reason why most of the acknowledgement of undead in the world was mostly Type 1 and Type 2. Like, even the Necrolites of the Demonic Horde just did Type 1 undeath, right? All they did was raise up bodies and bones.
Pierce your mind!
You need it to hit her. Next time she does... Here, get behind her, get behind her, get behind her. Over here, over here. No, behind. There you go. There we go. Woof. Let's ignore the Nothrasine for a second. So, Nope. Nope. So the first Lich King really advanced what undeath could be, but the problem was, he was an evil dictator who was trying to conquer the world and fight against the Legion. So, a lot of what we have is what I can only refer to as tainted data, right? And the catch is, there really aren't a lot of other people with the sheer level of power and skill that the Lich Kings had. I've talked about this before. Even the Death Knight player character just isn't at the level of the Lich Kings. So we've got huge gaps in our knowledge of specifics. But hypothetically, there's nothing actually preventing someone from, for example, raising someone up into an undead, and then not treating them like absolute garbage, and them just turning into, you know, a regular person instead of a monstrous death machine.
Sylvanas was sometimes vain and loved to be admired, but she never wanted to be worshipped. Come.
Yep.
We have one more relic to find.
Yeah, by the way, there's the undead ship, the Forsaken ship, the one ship. That's all that's left of the Sylvanas loyalists. I find something about that very funny. So these guys suck, by memory, these phalanx breakers. If there's a corridor to not overpull, it's this one. So, I'm kind of talking around the topic. Let me get right to the heart of it. The idea here is there's nothing that we know of that prevents me from killing Mr. Red. But then raising Mr. Red up and splitting his soul, right? Detaching his soul. So now we have Death Knight Mr. Red. Well, that's a mouthful. And he's perfectly fine. Imagine, to put this into perspective, just imagine for a moment if Death Knight Arthas had Lillian Voss, right? Someone to understand, someone to care, someone to help him to cope with his new life, help to cope with who and what he is. I think there's a legitimately reasonable chance that Death Knight Arthas would have been a decent person, or at least a decent-ish person, and not, you know, the complete and total monster that Death Knight Arthas actually was. Because remember, all the first Lich King wanted was a convenient host. Probably, Mr. Ed, probably. This is the exact same thing that happened with Sylvanas, if you're paying attention. Granted, we've got retcons on top of retcons there, but it's still true. She was not taken care of when her soul was ripped out. And, yeah. Teldrassil says hi. Now, you mentioned a side thing there, which was, why were the Nothrezim so good at undead? So the original Nothrezim were kind of the... Mook mentions them as the vampires, which is true. But the word I want to use is the mages. They were like the elite researchers. I don't have a better word. Of the Legion.
They hunted the old horde with a ferocity bordering on obsession. For good reason. They took my life. Savaged our home.
Yeah, crafters and magic users, exactly.
Valeria's scouting maps is within. It seems to have called on the ghosts of vengeance past. We'll need that map from them.
So, hey, look. The Second War. I told you. We're not getting away from this one. Who killed my bot? Artificers and wizards. Yeah, that's a good way to put that. They were the crafters. They were the ones who made things and advanced things and researched things. So, of course, they knew a ton about undead. Remember, the original crafters of Frostmourne and the Helm of Domination were the Nothrezim. Under Kil'jaeden, obviously, but still. I like the theming of this dungeon. I like that it's not too long. There's not a lot of level gimmicks. In fact, I don't think there's any, really. But I do like how each wing has its own distinct trash. The Varise's is almost entirely natural stuff and ghosts. Sylvanas' wing is all about Forsaken loyalists. Banshee loyalists, let's put it that way. And this wing is mostly ghosts of orcs, wargs, ogres. We can skip that. We can skip that. We got this. Pull it into the next room. There we go. Still might get the ogre. That's fine. No, didn't get the ogre. Holy moly. Final wing. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, speaking of, we were talking the other day about, is there any Warcraft 3 unit that hasn't been made a boss unit at this point in time? And I'm pretty sure the answer is no. I mean, we just fought an abomination. That was a boss. Although, we've been doing that since vanilla. I remember when A-bombs were supposed to be the elites. And a Banshee, yeah, sorry. And a Banshee. And a Dragonhawk, which is also a unit back in Warcraft 3. Frozen Throne, specifically. And there's a grunt. Just a grunt. Yeah, we've already fought a Spellbreaker, too. Back in Magic Terrace. I don't know if I've ever fought a Dragonhawk Rider. I'd have to think about that. Dude, the grunt is legit in Warcraft. I remember when I first started playing Warcraft 3, I was like, God, orcs suck. And then I started actually playing Warcraft 3 and trying to be good at it, and I was like, oh my god, orcs are amazing! Taste my axes! Why do you keep targeting me with this crap? God.
Endless rage! Endless rage!
I think he's mad. I don't know. I get a vibe.
Weaklings fall!
We've also fought a gnomish whatcha-fig machine, the flying machine.
Endless rage!
Could you stop being endless ragey, please? Especially on my healer, thank you.
Weaklings fall!
Oh yeah, by the way, you can, when he's blade storming, you can drag him through his ads and he'll damage them. Which is a really cool mechanic, actually. And he'll keep blade storming until all his ads are dead.
Meet my blade!
Oh god, what story would I do for Warcraft 4? Oh, so there's only two answers there. Retell an existing story that hasn't been in gameplay format, so effectively a form of a prequel.
Take them!
Or actually keep going with the story forward. Both of those have their own detriments and concepts. Is that me? That's not me. Remember, drag him through the grunts. Drag him through the grunts. Drag him through the grunts.
Out of my way!
Yeah, if we go back, there's tons of options. So many so that I'm almost, like, spoiled for choice there.
Ravage!
I wouldn't do Elseworlds. I get the appeal and point of an Elseworlds story, But can we just have a Warcraft RTS first? Then we can branch out a little bit more.
Ravage! Honorless scum!
We've done it. One last task remains.
That too, Mook. Like, there's so many options. I'm kind of spoiled for choice there. So, fourth and final wing. Don't worry, it's just a boss.
I'll use these relics to return peace to the Spire. Perhaps then, my sisters will return to me.
Poor Lilith.
Restless heart that haunts us. Please, lay it to rest.
So, yeah, this is supposed to be an amalgam creature of all three sisters. So she's going to do a big AoE in a minute. Use an arrow to go over it. I forget what it's called, but you'll see it when it comes. That's it. Okay, it's a little slower than I thought. I think it's just really slow and normal. But you get the idea. Oh, there's an idea. There's Minister. What about that? Oh, and if you have a thing over your head, get in an arrow. That. Not you as Minister. The fact that it hit me.
At last, the spirits that linger within these halls have found peace. I hope that one day, my sisters will be able to do the same. As for myself, I shall fill these halls with music until they return home. Thank you, champions.
There's a torn page here. Instead of a diary or a journal, it appears to be a piece of sheet music unfinished. There's an almost wistful undertone to the tune as you hum it to yourself. It is half ode to strength, cleverness, and battle prowess, while the other half seems a yearning for the same. Oh, and what the Dungeon Journal says about the Restless Heart is, born from the grief and wrath of the Windrunner family, the vengeful spirit of a once proud Ranger General haunts the halls of the abandoned ancestral home. There's what it looks like. There are other diaries running around, which I could read as well. Sorry.
Sinu Amanore.
As I could. The trash is probably dead. But that is to say the trash has probably stayed dead. What was this? Oh, ha ha ha. There's some boots here called the Wind Runners. Jesus Christ, game. Ha ha ha. Yeah, this is a frickin' palace. The Windrunner family were some of the upper crust nobility types. That's why Sylvanas was basically forced to become the head of the military. There it is. So here's Varise's. The final page of this journal is splotched and stained as if written under soft patter of rain. The handwriting is frantic and rushed. It was my fault. Lirith, I am so sorry. I should have listened. I should never have trained you, and I should have never indulged your wish. Your music brought me nothing but joy, and I let you throw it away, and I let you try the impossible, and now I will never hear it again. I will never hear you again. I will never, ever forgive myself. Ever. And not to get too much ahead of ourselves, but I think Varisa would have a claim on this place, and I'm pretty sure Lorthamar would be fine with it. Since it's technically his call. N'Zoth is very dead. All the old gods are dead. Dead and gone. Yeah, Eretor will be able to claim this as too. Illyria, yeah. Yogg's dead. Cthulhu's dead. They're all dead. Dead and doornails. So here's Sylvanas' journal. I can scarcely believe you're gone. They asked me to write something for you to honor the sacrifice you made. I cannot think of what to say. Not out loud. Not for them, emblazoned on a statue larger than life for all to see. Oh, dearest sister, your heart always belonged out there, did it not? How am I supposed to go on without you, Illyria? How am I supposed to lead them when all I see in their eyes is the grief we all share at losing you? Gotta be a little careful. We didn't kill all the trash. So, Sylvanas is a tricky one. The setting has actually periodically delved into the, shall we say, the legalities of what it means to be dead, and what that does to legal ownership. It has not been brought up as much as I would like, admittedly, because I find the whole concept fascinating. Is there one up here? I feel like I missed one. 2, 3. Ah, whatever. Do I think Sylvanas will make a return? No comment.
Baladash.
What stories from Classic are left? I mean, that's an interesting comment. All of them, I guess? Like, we're still fighting the Void. The demons still exist. We're still trying to lay to rest the bones of the First and Second Wars. Obviously, the Titans still need to be dealt with. Like, one of the major zones of this expansion was Zulamon. Alright. Let me jot down some very quick thoughts here. Yeah, there's also a bajillion smaller stories, which they've been very slowly working their way through. There's also the Red Dawn. 1 second. Sorry. Tyrion, don't worry about it. He's extremely dead. Twice. He should be undead, but, you know, there was a bit of a disagreement about that. Okay, so we're not doing that dungeon, because that's actually part of the MSQ. And we've already done that dungeon, so that's both of those. We did the Blinding Veil. It's everything out there. We haven't done either of those two, but one of those. So is it just the Void Scar and Murder Row at this point? Hang on. Did that, doing that, Murder Row. Did that, yeah! And Void Scar has its own story arc, so we're not actually going to do that yet either. So, okay, wow, we've already been through most of the dungeons. That's weird. Because they fat! They fat, Mr. Red. They go... And it's just... Fat is flying everywhere, and they're just like... You can't stop me! I still haven't even answered your question. What would I do with Warcraft 4? Okay. I'm still level 88, although I'm very close to 89 at this point. Yeah, we'll probably hit up Delve soon, but I think we'll go ahead and do Murder Row. Murder Row is kind of awesome. It's just we have to do a quest leading up to it first. Two of them are Esmira Star, which we've already done both of them. That would be the Shadow Enclave in there, and over here it was the Twilight Crypts? No. Telemon? Oh, God. We've already done it. I don't remember what it was. No, it was in Harandar. I'm an idiot. It was in Harandar. It was the Gulf of Memory. That was it. I feel like Warcraft 4 needs to stick the landing. So for a Warcraft 4, I hate myself for saying this, but I would go with the safe choice, sort of under the presumption that I would be able to do something a little bit more interesting further down the line. Right? So... Oh, where's the quest? It's not right out here. No, not the Legion. No. Legion's dead and gone. Let it lay. Gotta be staring right at it. Where is it? There it is. There we are. Hey! Demon Hunters. My boys. I feel like if I'm going to do a Warcraft 4, it would have to be a continuation of the main story of WoW, in some manner or another. Probably drag the scale and scope down a little bit, and just kind of follow through on the events of, most likely, The Last Titan, right? Have Warcraft 4 be a bridge for Last Titan to whatever comes after, if indeed anything comes after. Now, here's the catch. Once Warcraft 4's initial campaign is out, the goal would be to then keep releasing campaigns. That's the big shtick, right? Basically do what StarCraft 2 actually did, and then, you know, had the plug pulled on it. Because the whole idea with StarCraft 2, for those who don't remember, was they made StarCraft 2, that was Wings of Liberty, and then they were going to keep releasing campaigns for it. Now, they did release the original trilogy, and then they started the plans with the Ghost thing. And don't misquote that goddamn quote to me, because it's a goddamn lie. But then, yeah, exactly, then just start releasing campaigns periodically. Basically do exactly what Age of Empires has been doing. Age of Empires 2 and Age of Empires 4 both have just kind of been releasing new campaigns periodically. So then we have our War of the Ancients campaign, or campaigns. We have our Troll Wars campaign. We have our retelling of Warcraft 1 and our retelling of Warcraft 2. And so on, right? That would be the goal there.
My life is dedicated to destroying the Burning Legion.
Good news! Slayer Lorerunner, your arrival is timely as always. The Illidari are performing an investigation in Silvermoon. The details need not spoken of openly, but Beleth Dawnblade specifically requested your aid in the matter. Last I heard, he was surveying the upper terraces of the bazaar. Seek him out when you have time.
Do not give in to the power of the Legion.
War of the Spider, that would be a good one, too. That happened right before Warcraft 3. Like, by a year. There we go. I should probably turn in these stupid quests. Whatever. War of the Spider was the very proto-initial Scourge. It wasn't even called the Scourge yet. Kind of running over the old Nerubian Kingdom. Up in Northrend. I say the Nerubian Kingdom. Kahet? I always get the names confused. Hang on. Well, yeah, No, I was wrong. It's Kahet. Kahet is the one we encountered down here. Yeah, there's Kahet right there.
The world still needs defense.
Slayer, your arrival is timely. I will be brief. I believe there's widespread resurgence of fell magic in Silvermoon. My God, we must stop it.
I will be watching. My blades are yours.
It is not unexpected to sense some fell magic here. There's still warlocks, the old siphoning chambers. But the evidence I've found so far is more than can be explained by just that. It feels different, chaotic. This practice has to be widespread, which means someone must be talking about it. I've been rooting around too long to go unnoticed, but perhaps you could covertly listen in on some idle banter around the city. If you learn anything useful, report it back to me.
Beware of threats unseen.
I've been sensing powerful fell magic throughout Silvermoon, but this is the first origin point I could locate. The rest was too faint or deliberately hidden. Fortunately, this means we now have a very specific area to comb through more closely. We need to gather more evidence. Go around the area, see if you can find more hidden sources of fell. I trust your sight will make this task simple, Slayer.
Remain on guard.
Use your sight, blah, blah, blah. Okay, So, before I answer Eleazar's question, one thing I really do like about this particular quest chain, it's your typical smuggling quest chain. We've seen these a dozen times, right? In WoW, even. It's a pretty common story arc. Hey, here's a town, there's some evil smugglers, go put down the smuggling operation. The thing that kind of makes this work so well is that it's fell. It's a nice dovetail and callback to not only the events of BC, but it kind of emphasizes how much of a taboo fell has become. Because of the events of BC, right? Like, honestly, they were probably far more open about using fell before the events of BC. And then it's like, oh, right, that's out of favor, shall we say. But, naturally, if you make something taboo, you make it interesting. Now people want it. So I'm just going to have a drink here. Your connection was useful. My valet was able to secure a supply from the row. It's an expensive vice, though a needed one. It's worth the cost. This is what saved our people from extinction once. It can save us again. Fell didn't actually save them from extinction, by the way. Just saying. Anyways, so Eleazar says, here's my pitch. My pitch is stab. That's not a pitch. I mean, if you really want to play Shadowlands in an RTS format, then, I mean, I'm not going to tell you can. It's kind of horrible, honestly. Yeah, I love how inconspicuous our group... I actually probably fit in pretty well, all things considered. And so does Mr. Red. And then there's, like, the Drakthir. Oh, never mind. And then this death. There's just this death. This death. Just, you know, hanging out. Doing their thing. Yeah, nobody questions the other three because they're like, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. That's not something I want to deal with. If the Void attacks the city like the Scourge did, no one's defending the row. We need our own weapons. Yeah, but we need gold for that. Fel isn't cheap. We can cut a deal with Zane. Maybe work for him. Yeah, Fel ain't cheap right now. That's such a messed up line. So, of the quest items we've got here, by the way, I should read these. So we've got the Drained Worm Core. Grown in the body of a monoworm, these cores crystallize from the magic the creature feeds on. There's a dim Fel glow to this one. We got some Fel dust. The bottle of dust is hot to the touch. Tiny cracks already spreading on the glass. This must be a temporary means of transport. And then we have Stained Worker Shirt. A threadbare garment soiled by Fel and hastily discarded. Someone was messy. Over here we have the Blackened Metal Fragment. Deceptively heavy, broken runes on the edge resemble Legion's script. Interesting, interesting. It's one like right in front of us. Or behind us? Where's that? There it is. A nondescript record of sales from monoworms tucked inside a book. There's Fel residue in the fingerprints, smudging the edges. Yeah, Fel in lore has a sulfuric smell to it. Go fit here. Somewhere in there. Is it up? Is it down? Am I stupid? It's gotta be down. Well, I don't want to go down here, because then I'd give rise to the rumors that you can reach the prey area from there. It's got to be up, yeah. I mean, the problem is that's the most likely possibility met overload. Best bar in Warcraft other than the Argentina? I know this dwarven place. No, I'm kidding. It's the Pandorans. It's the Pandorans. 2 more years to graduate? Silvermoon doesn't have 2 more months. The Void isn't going to wait. The Academy is too slow to train us. That's why people are talking about, you know what. We need every weapon we can get. Also, there's Wilhelmina. She's very happy. No petting. Not allowed. Retelling Wrath. If you're going to retell Wrath, then you have to retell all the other expansions, which you could do. Again, if you go with my idea, Elazar, of making a format where you can just make additional campaigns, then at that point, yeah, you could have the Burning Crusade, Warcraft 4, the Burning Crusade, Warcraft 4, you know, Wrath of the Lich King, etc., etc.
My sight remains vigilant.
His expression sours more than usual. Fear drives people to desperate measures, but Fel magic is not a weapon to be wielded lightly. Yeah, we would know. The power comes at a cost they do not understand, or they train to withstand the dangers like you and I.
The world still needs defense.
Legion scraps, Fel dust, and evidence that both might be getting moved around the city covertly. A sanctioned Fel trade would not be resorting to such measures. Then there are monoworm cores we both found. Siphoned, but Fel still clings to
My
them.
sight remains vigilant.
Based on what we discovered, I believe the Fel is coming from Murder Row. There's some breaking down Legion relics and infusing the magic into monoworms for covert siphoning, and people are buying it up in droves. We need to figure out who that someone is. Take this worm core with you into the Row, and look for more of them. The promise of coin should get you in front of the right person.
I will be watching.
Pretend to be a buyer with enough coin. You'll find the dealer eventually. I'll keep watch over the streets in the meantime. Perhaps I misspoke, Moot. I wouldn't do Wrath without doing the others, is what I meant. You don't have to. It's a mandatory. But I would.
Baladash Malinore.
Oh, hey, I'm a Blood Elf. I have a Blood Elf option. I see you carry many magical items. Do you have anything like this core?
Sun chase your shadows.
Whatever you might be implying, we do not dabble in that sort of magic. Really? I don't know, you got a soothsayer there. Who's a gnoll, by the way. There's our animal smuggler.
Are you planning a purchase?
I tire of the bland taste of arcane worms. Do you have anything more exciting?
May my goods.
I'm afraid we're fresh out. I have other creatures for sale if you're interested. The bland taste of monoworms. Have you not talked to him, Miss Miristar?
My goods are one of a kind.
I know the row needs money. I'll pay for information. Where are the fellworms coming from?
Return when you need.
You're asking questions a lot louder than you should. He slips a signet ring into your hand. Down the road, green torches. Be quiet about it. Okay. The bruiser nods at your ring and opens the way. Ah, a new customer. Vera will want to speak with you personally. She's on the upper level. Yeah, notice we've just got straight up green flames in here. Green flame. I'm under tight demands. How quickly can you break down these relics? So that's Kistia Monahart, a warlock, just straight up. There's one more shipment, but we're nearly done. Good. Bring the dust to me once it's ready. Do not keep me waiting.
Baladash, Malanore.
Ah, a new face. I'm pleased to see more Sindor are beginning to see what we can offer. How may the den serve you? Unfortunately, supply has not been able to keep up with demand as the void draws ever closer. But fear not. More worms are being infused soon. I will have some set aside for your purchase. In the meantime, you are welcome to peruse the unprocessed fell to be assured of its quality. And in here, there's a bunch of masked nobles just dancing and drinking and, you know, drugging. Probably doing other things. Drug den. It's a drug den. So there's a fell splinter. Click it. There we go. A tiny green crystal looks like it was chipped off something much larger, and a shipping manifest. With a tax stamp from the Silvermoon Dockmaster. It is falsely declaring its contents as monocrystals. You're in that place for a while. Any leads?
My blades are yours. My sight remains...
They mentioned someone named Zion. He's a well-known thug in the row. Smuggling fell through Silvermoon doesn't sound his style. He doesn't want anyone watching him. Good work pocketing that shipping manifest.
The world still needs...
The manifest is stamped by the harbor. Looks like Zion has his smugglers working there to push his fell relic shipments through inspections. If we cut off their supply line at the harbor, we can halt the fell operation until we track down Zion and end it for good. No sense going after the middlemen until then. Subterfuge has gotten us this far, so let's keep at it. Head to the harbor. Tell them you're picking up Zion's shipment. We'll work from there.
Remain on guard.
I mean, it's mana crystals. Highland Aerith. We have finished most of the MSQ. We have not really touched to delves yet. No, we're doing dungeons. Or I guess dungeon. Yeah. Found the Dockmaster. You go talk to him. I'll stay hidden in case something goes wrong. Sure. Evening, gentlemen.
What needs bring you here?
Apologies, sir. Workers only past this point. We're on a very tight schedule. Looking for something? Yeah, I'm picking up a shipment for Zion. You really think I'm that witless? Zion would cut my throat. Oh my god! Oh my god, this hurts so much! Are you ripping pieces of my soul out? Ah! Well, he is fat. I'm 1.7 million health. Let's rip out his mind, his soul, his blood. That's the Death Knight there. It's okay. We won't kill him, right? Oh, no, he's dead. Okay, well, whatever. Details of payment for monocrystals between Suramar and the illicit rain. Okay. Where's Zion? I don't know. I just moved cargo, I swear. Leave. Find a different line of work.
My blades are yours.
Zion is the mastermind here, or at least he seems to be. We'll need to deal with him to end this scheme. Taking out their fell supply line at the harbor will stop the situation from getting any worse while we find him.
The world still
The
needs...
illicit rain. Zion's base of operations, perhaps. That receipt mentions Suramar. The fell relics must be getting pilfered from the Broken Isles, then routed through Silvermoon through a trade line I would suspect. Clever.
My son...
Also, confirmation of the fact that Suramar and Silvermoon are trading. We could assume that, but it's nice to see it confirmed. We have all the puzzle pieces. Zion smuggles fell artifacts from the Broken Isles by stacking the Silvermoon Harbor with his own smugglers. The relics are processed in Murder Row, and fell magic is infused into monoworms for sale and siphoning. Such a convoluted operation might be impressive if the goals weren't so reckless. He's preying on people's fear, doesn't care who he helps or hurts as long as he rakes in gold. Let's end this. We'll find the illicit raid in Murder Row, and then find out.
Beware of threats
Dungeon time. It does make sense it's being smuggled. There was a very minor line, you might have even not even caught it there, where he mentioned that there are official sources of fel. That's why he figured this whole thing was illicit, because the official lines wouldn't have to go through all this crap. Just interesting to think about. You should do the decor duel. I do like how they scattered the decor people all over the place, so everyone knew about the decor duel. Anyways, we're missing someone. Who'd we lose? We lost Brigman. No! We lost Brigman. Ugh. I didn't even notice. When did that happen? You get a license for them demons, mate. But no, legal warlocks do exist. That actually makes sense. For something this dangerous, you want to have some kind of regulatory body on top of it, right? So I kind of need a fifth person. Right. That's true, as Maristar. We do. I know it, Mr. Red. You were always my favorite DPS. Alright, Lunarith Evo, I need you two to battle it to the death to join me. I like how neither of you want to. See, this is why delves are nice. Oh no, we have 4. And we just go. We're just there. We're just done. No need to pug a 5th. I love delves. I'm sorry. We could, but we already have a DPS problem, Mr. Red. Do we really want to exemplify it by making it worse? Okay, Evo says she's logging in. You're going to have to deeps, Evo. I know. It's horrible. While you're doing that, I'm going to set up a build just really quick. Yeah, what's your strategy? Hit it very hard. Jeez. Oh, jeez. Okay, get off my bar. Get all this crap off. Devourer is just so weird. Hello, Zara. Okay. I believe I want Void Scar. So let's go with that. Maybe? Hang on. Consume. What the hell's consume? What's consume? Aha! Okay, so consume, which is our fireball, has a 35% chance to give me a stack. Obviously, 3 stacks. Reap consumes a stack to call down the meteors. Okay. Yeah, I kind of want to go collapsing star. So yeah, let's switch over to annihilate. Let's search strength. There we go. Extra damage for meteor. Ooh, do I want... Let's go with that. Let's go with more damage for the meteor. Your first collapsing star after casting Void Monsters causes a cosmic meteor shower. That sounds like fun. Your third meteor is larger, has more damage and more area, and generates a fragment. So Void Rays are better and generates Voidfall. Reset this cooldown of Reap upon voiding at 3 stacks. Rapidly call meteors down. Each stack gives haste. I don't know what shift is. Let's shift. I'll go with that one. Ooh. Additional Fury. Nice. Let's shift. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll stick with that. Put that on the left. What do we need on the right? I think I just need this. Hang on. Yes. Okay. We don't have all our Apex yet, but what we have currently... Collapsing Star always crits. That's nice. All cosmic damage increased by 6%. Collapsing Star's crit damage is increased by 50% of your crit chance. And of course, the ever critical rank 3. Entering Metamorphosis causes your soul to erupt, generating 5 fragments and immediate access to Collapsing Star. That's kind of the big one right there. No, it's okay. You probably had to close your program. Right, Eva? I understand everything. Okay, so Void Ray. Goes there, I guess. That's a right. Immolate is like completely different than this. I remember. Void Metamorphosis. Oh, it just happens naturally. That should go there. Put that there somewhere right now. And then, what else are we missing? So we need shift, which is going to be there. Tombs are basic. Reaps are spender. There's Metamorphosis. That goes there. I already put Void right out. I forgot Accumulation. Missing something. I guess I could put this over here. Is that everything? I guess it is everything. What didn't I grab? So that's nothing. What's this? The Hunt, which I did not grab. And I don't think I'm going to. Okay, so I can't remember how to play this. No apologies, Evo. None. There it is. Okay, so we've got... So that's Dump Fury. That requires 50. Okay. That generates Fury. That spends Fury? No, that also generates Fury. And then there's Shift. Interesting. Yep, every apology we will wait 1 additional minute. I'm in. You're right over there. Join us, Evo. And remember not to be a tank. You know what? While you stop being a tank, very, very quickly.
Lucky doos and root.
Save. Use the free one. I'll set up more on that later.
Good fortune to all friends of the Grummel.
Alright, I'm good to go. Do I see a two-hander? Wait, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What? 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 Evo, what? 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 No! What? Yeah, no, I love this combination of glaives. This is actually the real glaives I'm using on my main. I have one Anguish glaive from Nightmare and one normal glaive from Raid, I believe. Oh, the tickets. Does anybody here want the ugly Tauren painting? Please say no. Alright, Mr. Red wants it. Whatever, there's the bank. There's the guild bank. Go ahead, get your... what am I going to do with you? Alright, I don't care about that. I don't care about any of my cooldowns, I don't think. Do I? I mean, I don't think I do. I guess there's soul immolation, but I'm just going to look at that down there, so I need that. Maybe leave darkness. I do want to pay attention to Voidfall, obviously. Yeah, you're going to have to pull the tickets out, I think. Evo, I can't even use your bank. Oh my god, is Mirror Star. So, we were doing one of the raids and Pax got one of these glaives, and then literally 2 bosses later he got another glaive. I'm still mad at him about that. Hi, Bragwin. Mr. Red is Karanoth, I do believe. Here, I'll show you the one I'm talking about. This one right here. He got that. I'm sorry, it wasn't 2 bosses. No, it was. It was 2 bosses later. I'm still mad that he got that. He has transmogged both of his glaives to look like that, for extremely obvious reasons. What is this? What does that drop from? Oh, it's Void Spire. I like that. I might go with that. Like, actually go with that. Looks like heroic and mythic only. Oh, no, there's a normal version. There's the LFR version. Looks like Thanos' thing, you know? Congrats, Game Geek. I still haven't gotten my email. How am I missing this many glaives? I don't know. Whatever. Oh, nice. Are we ready, Evo? I don't mean to rush you, but for real, can we go? Nobody cares about the painting. Except for Mr. Red. He's weird. Don't pay attention to him. He's weird. Oh my god. He's gonna add it to... I expect to see that painting on your floating letters, Mr. Red. Right. So the most obvious answer to that, Czar, is people who are bored and trolling. But there's some very real evidence that it's a very good thing to do for long-term propaganda-y stuff. In other words, a format of cyber warfare is something where countries will leash negativity bots onto just the internet in order to push certain agendas that are advantageous for that government to be pushing at a given moment in time. I don't want to go too far down that rabbit hole, but we're past the point where that's speculation. I remember for a while that people were like, that's just dumb, it doesn't happen. No, yes it is. It is very dumb, but it also happens. Okay, we can go. Go! Go! Oh my god. Unfortunately, I can't really give many positives to this place. But... because we've already given them.
Busier than usual in here. We need to act fast.
Plenty of gameplay positives. So the first thing we gotta do is we gotta interrogate people. Notice they give us one dude right here pretty quickly and easily, but you gotta clear to get to the other ones. I saw mages infusing monoworms with fell magic. Clever, huh? Okay, so... Right. I'm, oh god, I don't know how to play my class. Okay, hang on. I got this. Maybe. Oh god, I don't know how to play my class at all. There we go. Nope, I remember now. I remember how that works. Yep, we want to fill up and dump. And yeah, consume lets you move while casting. They must have done something to Reap. Because Reap is actually pretty legit. Look at that. I love, by the way, so this is the other reason I don't like Devourer. You notice I am the worst DPSer here by far. That's because I'm playing Devourer. That's the reason. Grab all these over here. Yum, yum, yum. It looks very cool. It's also a ranged spec, which is nice. Yeah, no, exactly, Moot. That's kind of what I was getting at. I'm not trying to insult the class, or indeed you. It's a really weird spec. So that's Collapsing Star, that giant attack of death that actually lagged my game for a second. Yeah, Devour has been tinkered with a little bit as it goes on. Hello. Aw, it didn't work. Yeah, Collapsing Star is what I mentioned earlier with you kind of want your Apex talent. Because it adds the ability to turn your Metamorphosis into an automatic proc for Collapsing Star. Which basically means you get roughly 2 Collapsing Stars per Metamorphosis. I know that sounds like a minor thing, but that completely changes how it plays. Patience, Mr. Red, patience.
Do what it takes to defend yourselves.
Hey, look, here's Soothsayer Sargle. And yeah, it's him. Someone mentioned that earlier. Slow down. Paintings are to be saved. How the hell do you get 3 stars? Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. Time to run to my tank. Where's my tank? There we go. Honestly, if I was to use a comparison point for Devour, I would say Arcane Mage, if you're familiar with that. Especially now. Fun, interesting, and worthwhile, but just kind of different from the other mage specs. Ah! I love how the bribe guards are whining as we're just kind of cutting through them. Gosh darn it! This is not what I signed up for. I mean, I don't really feel bad for them. They are bribed guards, you know, but... Yeah, for the record, I actually really like playing Arcane, too. What I also like is absolutely running the top of the meter. I know, I'm weird. Yeah, the viscerality on Devour is through the roof. Makes sense. It is a literally modern spec. It is the most modern spec. No new rays at midnight.
Poking your nose where it doesn't belong.
Oh, wait. Right, the Harnir. Listen, the Harnir don't exist, okay? I honestly forgot the Harnir existed for a second. Damn it. No! And trolls asking the troll tolls. Alright, first boss. Nibbles! That's actually his name.
Let's make an example of you. Fear the fell.
Always with the warlocks, if they just get their big britches, with their hot stuff.
You mongrels. Naughty little nibbles.
Go ahead, collapsing star. Boosh.
Just what I needed.
Hi, Sean.
Flee the flame!
I also felt squishier as Devourer.
Back, you mongrels!
That's purely anecdotal and mostly based on the stuff pre-midnight. As Havoc, I have several tools to, live. I didn't feel like I had those tools as Devourer. It felt more magey.
Nibbles, drop it!
That fight was so good as Minister.
Nibbles, but my magic.
I mean, that makes sense. It's more of a mage spec in general. Okay, so over here, Mr. Red. See this guy? I will say the demon form looks way cooler. I mean, come on, look at that. I'm still dead last on damage. Can I help you?
Behold the wonders of Pandaria.
What is wrong with you, Mr. Red? Stop drunk buying paintings. Well, if Kira White knows where Maverick wants it, you can get it here too. It's this terrible, terrible painting right here. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. I got one to say I got it.
That better be good.
It's this one. It's the 10 million gold one.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Disguises and find the goods.
So, pause for a moment. I already like this dungeon. There's interesting trash. There's some good storytelling going on. The first boss is cool. And there's some level design going on. So, I should mention this was also the first dungeon that I did in this game. Because we just kind of accidentally into the Murder Row quests and just did them first thing. Before we even did the MSQ. It was literally the first thing we did when we got out of the tutorial. So I was really impressed. What's her name? Histia Monahart. We actually saw her earlier. Although an accomplished Magister, Kistia was far too devoted to Fel to give it up entirely. Little wonder she's become a staunch supporter and ally to underground Fel smuggling operations in the Row.
My blades are yours.
That's one opera out of the way. Good. On to the illicit rain. You'll be turned away looking like that. Fortunately, I was able to procure some disguises for you. Put these on, head inside. I'll keep any would-be assassins at bay out here.
I will be watching.
I love this. I love this. There's this giant-ass line. Just this long freaking line. Excuse me. Yeah, I agree, Evo. These people are just partying in here because they're still in line. There's another line. Look at this. Is this really worth the wait? So they're selling our sunshine. I'm just going to say this. This is one of the best trash encounters in the entire game. I don't even want to hear it. I could have finished 3 quests by now. I think I've seen that dialogue. I like how I've got the butler thing. Oh, I'm a bouncer. I've got the bouncer role this time. I don't think I've had bouncer before. Oh, this should be fun. It looks like What do we got here? So, Maverick is a waiter, it looks like. And then Kira White Noise is a chef. Where's Mr. Red? Where's Evo? Huh. Why can't you... Talk to the guy outside. He gives you a buff. You gotta get your disguise on. Yeah, what do the Blood Elves do when the world's ending? Party! Woo! At least, something I actually liked about that. What's his name? Salthoril. If you talk... So, back in BC, Salthoril partying, when everything was going to hell, was portrayed as a foppish, out-of-touch noble, right? Let them eat cake kind of a mentality. Now, if you go there, he's like, listen, I know everything's tough and life sucks right now, but we're just trying to bring a little bit of joy and happiness to people. And it's like way more reasonable, right? He's pretty cool. He also, the whole story behind the Sarthril soirees is that he is explicitly trying to help Lorthamar connect with the various factions across Silvermoon more, and therefore make things go more smoothly. It's all politicking. It's great. So let's see. It looks like Evo is... I'm not sure what that is. Server, maybe? And Mr. Red, I don't know what Mr. Red is either. Yeah, fundraising and politicking. It's great. Anyways, okay.
You're late. Clock in.
Let's do it. And yeah, I've got the drip. Hell yeah. Clocking in. Everyone clock in. Oh yeah, he's cool as Miristar, 100%. Okay, so I am a bouncer. Any rowdy patrons I got? Oh, no. Out you get. Out you get. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out. Alright, next. So, this is great. I love this. So there's, you serve food, you cook food, you bounce out people, and you dance. This is it. This is the encounter. The first time I did this, I was so happy with it. We were so uncertain of what was going on. Because, like, we did this really recently after Midnight went live. So nobody knew what anything was anymore. Like, most of the people we did this dungeon with had never done this dungeon before. By the way, I love how we are literally bouncing them out. Oh, also, obligatory, the bouncer.
Perfection! Hey, you're getting excellent exposure from this.
Yep, exposure! That's... They don't pay us, of course. We get a 5-star review, which actually increases our damage and healing by 10% for 3 minutes. I love that. I love everything about it. Ah! No, I'm stunned. I'm stunned. I wonder, is there an add-on to thing to track that? I'm gonna check something. What is that? Void Ray. Void Ray. It looks like that. I don't see it. No. Maybe try this, see what this looks like. Yeah, you actually don't have to do it, by the way. It's completely optional.
Who are you?
It just gives you the buff. So here's Zayn.
Clean this up and meet me upstairs.
I have to do everything.
Dr. Zayn. That didn't work at all.
Did I code break time? Get those crates down. Up to it.
There's another one of those fun but simple fights. So he drops a bunch of fell barrels, and then he does that. Get behind a barrel. Ta-da. That's kind of it. That's pretty much the entire fight right there. Like I said, simple but fun.
Did I code break time? Get those crates down. Up to it.
Collapsing star! Boom! I'm still doing crap DPS, but at least it's cool. I might switch back.
Not sneaky enough. Did I code break time? Get those crates down. Time to go. No. Come on.
Sorry, buddy. You were always small potatoes. It's pretty much straight up ranged, Kraken-san. Oh yeah, by the way, fun fact, all the other Rorettes here are just absolutely cowering in fear of us. As they should.
Stay put.
I love how the name of that debuff is Stunning Monologue. All the residents are like, what's going on? Oh god. So hey, demons. That's cool. This is the part of the dungeon I don't like. This is a long stretch of terrain that is absolutely filled with trash. Oh yeah, by the way, sky's a little bellier than usual. I mean, it would make sense, wouldn't it? I'm telling you, they just put their dungeon designers onto the delves. That's got to be what it is. Honestly, if mythics didn't exist, I wouldn't be surprised if they just wanted to phase out dungeons entirely. I don't mean that to be dismissive. I mean, literally, dungeons are a little bit obsolete in the face of delves. Normal dungeons, I should say. Regular dungeons. Now, obviously, mythics are still a thing, so dungeons continue to exist. But you get the point. Well, mythics are a very good for business kind of a move. I'm not complaining about that. I even enjoy doing mythic pluses whenever I actually get a proper prefab to do so with. I don't enjoy pugging mythic pluses. Probably Mook. So, what Mook just said, I should say that out loud, is in Mythic Plus, for those who don't know, you actually have to kill X amount of trash in order to be able to progress, otherwise you don't get credit for the dungeon. And hey, look! Tons of trash. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ugh. Why is everything here? Oh my god, okay. Ugh. Stop making everything fell. That's my job. Making everything light? That sounds like a great idea. Wait, no! No! The Thraxian's like, go kill yourselves for the glory of the light. I mean, yeah, we don't have the Legion anymore. There's still plenty of demons out there. Entirely too many, one might say. You stop fell raining. God, distracting. I love it. A male and a female Sihad both just beating on this resident. Oh god, I don't have my interrupt. No! I must give in to the boobs. Or the abs. Or both. I've always sort of assumed in lore that the reason the Illidari started drifting into Void is so they can have something to do, for lack of a better way to put that. Boredom would be the ultimate enemy to someone like a demon hunter. Like, even more so than a normal person. The last thing they want is to slip. Doldrums are the enemy of a disciplined mind, and they need to, you know...
Strike them down! If they follow, I'll have your head!
Is that all?
Although, in case you missed that, that is in fact an enemy demon hunter who is assisting with the fell operations. You have made a poor life choice, sir. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Do I not have it? Nope, I do. Okay. Sorry, I was just checking something. So this is Zathux the Annihilator. He's one of Lithiel's most powerful summons. Though he loathes serving the Warlock, he follows her commands for the sheer visceral joy of destruction. Yeah, also a freaking Fell Lord. Not just a normal. No, I pulled! Yeah, the thing is, it's funny because this is treated as a side quest kind of a thing. I'm going to clarify this as primary optional. This feels like an arc, you know? I wouldn't be surprised if they do something with this in the future. And obvious continuity is obvious, and...
Easy target.
Also, the Legion theme here. Yeah, exactly. One relatively seemingly small tier warlock summoning a Fell Lord? Nah, something's up there.
To the face. Heave and cleave. Easy target. My mistress escapes.
Alright, who's ready for a corridor of trash? Sorry. I do like that fight. I like all these fights. These are all multiple positive fights. Like, you can really feel like they put their best foot forward in here. So, one night, just for funsies, I hopped on my druid, and I just did a random, and I got this. I was with a tank who had no idea what they were doing, which is fine. We were full. And DPS who were doing so little damage that we actually wiped on this upcoming boss 3 times. Because they just could not push through anything. There's a bunch of ads in the fight, and they couldn't kill them at all. But the problem is they were doing so little damage, they also couldn't kill the boss by ignoring the ads. So it was just kind of this, huh. It was kind of miserable, to be honest. I stuck with it because everyone was being cool. Adventure of the Dawn. Oh, ha! Congrats, Janine, if you can hear me. I'll say it up here. I knew it! Not listening to me. I don't blame you. I wouldn't listen to me either. After all, there are no new species this expansion. Jesus Christ. No, I do get it, Mr. Ed. This is a weirdly long dungeon. It is probably pound for pound the best dungeon this expansion. Doesn't change the fact that it's long. I mean, they're not, as Miristar. They're gone. They're gone. We can have demons. We have the possibility. It's cool. Like, can we not bring the Legion back, please? I'm so sick to death of organizations being brought back again and again and again and again and again and again and again. In every work of fiction, not just this one. I don't care how iconic they are. They're dead. They're dead and gone. Enough. I'm telling you, an entire story arc. You could honestly do an entire expansion or campaign in Warcraft 4 all about demon warlords. Like a warlord's era of the demons that are what's left of the Legion. Like, there's a whole lot of extra hardware and kit and resources and material and land that they're probably fighting over each other, tooth and nail. The Scorching Legion. No! They're dead. Yeah, no kidding, as Miristar. Telling you, back to Outland. Let's do it. The Burning Regiment. No! The Dead Legion. No! Smoldering Society. Maybe. Oops. Pay attention, Mom. I mean, I'm just saying, you know that we would be able to work with some of the demons. And we would definitely be able to push some of the other demons against some of the other demons. Like, there's so much storytelling potential there. It would be basically a free-roll for all. There's a reason I keep calling it the Warlords era. It's based off of Star Wars, which has its own era called the Warlords era. Some warlords were more amenable to working with the New Republic. Some were not. Some were trying to conquer their fellows. Some were just turning into bandits and brigands. Like, it's just open season, right? One of the things in Star Wars was it was mentioned that anybody who had a Star Destroyer left over after the fall of the Empire could call themselves Warlord, and it was kind of right. Shh, not Warlord. So, same kind of concept. You know those Legion ships? Anybody with a Legion ship probably had it. So, real quick, do you see the Demon Hunter up there? He's up there. Which I point out because I'm trying to keep him in the shot here.
As long as Silvermoon has need of it, I'll give them the fell they desire.
Boom!
It ends here, Lithiel.
Wretch! You would deprive the city of the power it craves. Then taste mine!
What are you guys? Who are you? Why do you exist? But no, exactly. And a single Legion ship is probably a base for an entire warband. After all, it was for us, if you'll remember. That's another thing. We've got our own ship. Ding. There we go. Alright. Oh, right. Lithiel. Right. She sees the void storm above as both threat and opportunity. Her people are afraid, and she has the perfect solution. The power of Fel. She claims her smuggling operation protects her people from the dangers above, but the profits she receives are a pleasing bonus. So this is a fun one. I'm not going to explain anything. Good luck. Bye! That would be cool, Kraken-san. Now, if this was like a CRPG, which, by the way, can we get a freaking Warcraft CRPG already? Good lord.
Play with this!
So yeah, you see all this trash? This was the issue. We were happening. So you want to use the portal after the wave has propagated, not before.
Fel consume
So you can go over it. Bzz, like that. Otherwise it hurts like hell. Yeah, anybody with really good AoE is great on this fight. Yeah, this is going to be mean on Mythic Plus. Oh my god, Evo.
Make them dance!
So I'm going to kind of group up a little, because we want the imps close to each other. There we go. Like that.
Consume you.
Yeah, you see how we're killing this trash? Yeah, the other group couldn't do that. And that was pretty much the issue right there.
Blame yourself.
Yeah, I like the updated Warlock gates. No! Mr. Dead! It's okay. We have a combat res with us. If we even get to that point, Jesus.
Keep them busy.
Why not?
The skull
Boom.
still threatens.
Good job.
The void storm frightens the city, for good reason.
Oh! That's a new... Check it out. It's a new decor for me. Oh, never mind, it isn't. Damn it. Ah, whatever.
My sight
feel stupid.
remains vigilant.
With no one left to run it, this fell trading operation should be done with, for now. There's an honor seeing you work, Slayer. Yeah. Thanks.
Remain on guard.
So that was Murder Row. Terrible dungeon. Ugh. I spit upon it. Chewy! Anyways, best dungeon in the game. Well, excuse me. Best dungeon in the expansion. Oh, I'm stupid. What's that, Mr. Edge? You want to do even more difficult healing stuff? You got it. Alright, everyone, stop being a tank. It's because I'm, like, crouching. I'm slumping here because of back pain, Alpha Host. But hi! Okay. Yes, go, Evo. Sleep and or work. Don't pull a me and work when you should be sleeping. Don't do that. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the sub, Paranoid Android. Give me a moment. I'll put that towards Alpha Centauri, Ixion, and Overlord War. Yeah, Mr. Red, do me a favor. Don't forget to put those tickets back in the bank. They took considerable time and effort to procure. Actually, no, I was part of that. Turn this in really quick, because I forgot to earlier.
Glory to the Sindori. Shoreleron.
Hippo people. Hippo people. What? Listen. This is World of Warcraft. Thank you very much. We don't want any big fat cats around here. Actually, there's exactly one type of race I am glad we don't have in WoW. And I mean this with sincerity. Cats. First of all, let's just stay away from that. Second, and much more importantly, FF14 kind of has cats on a lockdown. Let's just not. Let's just not. We already have foxes. That's close enough. Listen, some doors are not meant to be opened, Mook. The monkey paw curls.
So
we also don't have lizards.
have spread acorns around the creek.
That's interesting. We don't have lizards, do we? It's such a common one. I mean, Elder Scrolls has lizards.
Lesser manifestations escape from the rift. Send them back where they belong.
You hail from above.
Yeah, we've talked before. Last expansion, you know.
Wild guide you will.
Dracthyr are... I mean, I guess they are kind of lizards, but they're much better than lizards. They're dragons. Just ask Maverick. Okay. Wait. Yeah, let's go do the Grudge Pit. See, that's what we really need. A dinosaur race. I don't care which game, just one of them. We don't have insects, that's true. I've been clamoring for playable Nerubians since vanilla, actually. But since Wrath, especially. And War Within. Okay. Wow. This is the Grudge Pit. Plant people would be cool too, but Guild Wars 2 already has that. Isn't that right? I mean, would you rather play a dinosaur person, a cat person, or a plant person?
Hmm.
That looks like plant. I accept and agree with your choice. There you go. We've got to have playable Rutani.
Halo would choose cat.
Here, see, so we've got... Let's see if I can show you them. I don't think I can without fighting them. You see them over there? So there's mushroom people over there. That's not quite what I'm talking about, though.
I'll staunch the bleed.
Is there any... I don't see any of the plant people here.
The mushrooms are plants.
I mean, that's not what I was thinking of, though. There's this group called the Rutani I was going to show you, but I can't see them. I'm sad. Oh, well.
You're in the dragon group?
Mm-hmm. Here we go. This is what a plant person looks like. See? Right here?
Mm-hmm.
Much cooler.
I would be like a flower person if
like
I
this
could.
one?
Yeah, that looks so pretty.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool.
But can we change the color?
Maybe. Let me think.
Nope, not on that.
Hang on. Oh, damn. Looks like no. I'm sorry.
If we could, I would change it to blue.
That's okay. All right, let's go beat up a bunch of mushrooms. You ready?
Why do we want to beat up mushrooms?
Because they're paying us to. That's not actually a joke. The big intensive lore of the Grudge Pit is it's the Grudge Pit.
Wants his fellow mushrooms to die?
Not die, they're mushrooms. It's cool.
We killed the dragon.
No, not the dragon. No, the dragon.
The dinosaur.
Oh, okay. We can kill the dinosaurs. That's okay.
Because they're already extinct.
Exactly.
That one has a big mushroom writing on it.
He does.
A big one.
We gotta get rid of him, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're mushrooms. They regrow. They're fine. They're fine. They have no issues or problems here.
He's paying us so they can so their babies can grow.
Exactly. This is us just helping them in their propagation.
But they don't want to.
Listen.
They'll grow back.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Now let's keep killing them. Evil laughter. I'm kidding. We're not evil. We really are. The quest objective for those of you at home not reading that is, and I quote, beat stuff up. That's it. That's the quest objective. Oh, I should pick up the quest, speaking of, for doing this. And it says, and I quote, this moldy hanging has been crudely painted over to depict one Fingarian hitting another with what looks like a chair. See, big fight, best fight, Grudge Pit, be there. And that's it. That's our quest. What are you doing?
That's a very bossy quest.
It is, my goodness.
He forces us to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Be there, right? If you don't be there, I'll kick your butt.
Oh my gosh. Here, I'm gonna throw some out of the ring. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Whee!
Bye-bye.
Yep. I wanna go get this other one. I'm not always a fun guy. Fling. Fling. What are you doing? Oh, I see what you're doing. You're being silly is what you're doing.
My eyes on you.
Smell that rot? The toxic twins must be looking for a fight. Ooh, doggy. It's time for the mysterious stranger. I love that they bring us in to be the heel, though. There's actually several different stories in here, as there usually is. Please. What are you doing? Why? What are you still doing? Explain yourself.
I want to get it to all 4 numbers. Because if you see, when you do this...
That's going to take a while, because you're going to have to get 111 as the first option there. That's a lot of clicks.
That's just... It's basically a hand exercise.
That's true. Or you can be like...
Is that a hand exercise?
No, it's warm now, but this is an ice pad I can put there. Like this.
Oh, it is kind of cold.
A little bit. It's supposed to be frozen, though, which obviously it is no longer.
Now strike!
So, what?
Uh-oh. Dead fighters go run. Pick up mold before it go bad. Oh, oh my god. So they got right back up, but now they're, like, attacking us with rot. That's not cool. What
You need your babies.
Come here. Come here and get your babes. No, not that. No, not like that. The children. I should not be doing what I'm doing right now.
Leave the battle. That's your choice. Leave the battle.
What are you up to so far? Oh, you're way up there. That's going to take a long time to get to something. You're in the thousands now.
Wait, does that mean I'm in 4s?
Mm-hmm. If you got a digit in the far left, then you're already in 4s.
This left?
That's right. This is left. That is right.
But that 8 has not stopped being there.
Yeah, because it's 1,000. You'd have to click 1,000 times to move it.
Your life is mine.
What's your favorite candy? Of this very second. So I know your mood drifts.
My eyes on you.
It's a tough question. The whole world will explode depending on how you answer it.
Gummy worms.
Ooh, good pick. I hate this debuff, by the way. I hate this debuff so much. It's like a 2
Oh, but
minute
by the
debuff.
way, it's dinner time.
Okay.
I don't want to forget like I did. Coming! Like I did last time.
Well, I will be down as soon as I finish this delve.
Which is gonna be a long time.
In a few minutes. Not that long.
I hope it doesn't just go kill them. They attack you. They kill
I mean, that's kind of what's been happening, but it's okay because now we're fighting a fungal storm. Now go, scooch, scooch, scooch. Yeah.
Okay, so we have to do it until they're last out.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
They start all over again.
Your pain, my pleasure.
Oh no!
Freeze.
No! It.
I'll staunch the bleeding.
There must always be a fungal king. Do I think there's anything WoW could steal from FF11? Buff classes. Support, like pure support classes. I don't even care. Don't even at me. I don't care.
Be quicker next time.
Ooh. And Castle Birdbrain. I'm joking. No. I don't think I have a favorite candy. But if you put a gun to my head, which you do a lot of, honestly, even though it literally hurts my tongue, I would probably go with any kind of sour candy. Sour gummies, especially. Oh, yeah, exactly, Krakenson. Like I said, I don't even want to hear it, right? Like, frickin' nonsense. We cannot have good things because people whinge. Anyways, so that was the Grudge Pit. It's really simple. It is probably the actual... Oh, crats, Mr. Red. It is probably the actual simplest of the delves. But it's surprisingly well designed, and it's got some cool level and trash stuff going on, too. Let me jot down some notes before I forget. Over here, yep. Grudge Pit. And now, I'm going to go ahead and chop off for the day. Tomorrow, well, tomorrow's the weekend. We might make a sweep of delves next. You know, because people will probably... Shut up. Because people will probably be on. If people are not on, we'll do side quests. And then... go through this portal.
Some meadows and miscreants have spread acorns around the cradle. Clean them up.